New at 10, a controversial ordinance in Tempe was just rescinded by the city council 2 months after it was unanimously approved. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Kariva Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. The ordinance required large groups, 30 or more, gathering in parks or public spaces to get a permit. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly sat in on that discussion tonight. He's live in Tempe with more. Chase?
Yeah, Mark Kyrene, thousands of people were against this new ordinance, believing it would be used to drive out the homeless and also stop planned protests. It's an ordinance that would have made it a lot harder to have a birthday party at the park. 2 months ago, the Tempe City Council updated its municipal code, requiring anyone hosting a large gathering at a city park or public space with 30 people or more to get a permit. A decision that was met with protests from those against it, many of them speaking at Tuesday's virtual city council meeting.
Stop enforcing and implementing new regulations that basically criminalize the act of existing.
Their concern is this ordinance would be used to drive out unhoused individuals in protests.
Created issues for the expression of free speech.
The city of Tempe has been trying to reduce homelessness by criminalizing homelessness.
Austin Davis, the founder of AZ Hugs that helps provide services to the homeless in Tempe, leading to him getting arrested by police for trespassing at parks and temporarily banned, is strongly against the ordinance.
Just a really dangerous precedent to set, to give the city manager, an unelected official at that much consolidated power.
The pushback led to thousands of people signing a petition to put the ordinance on the ballot in a special election.
That referendum petition did submit enough signatures.
So the council had two choices Tuesday: put it on the ballot in March and let the people decide, or get rid of it.
That ordinance is now rescinded.
They went with the latter, voting to rescind the ordinance. Instead, they will update their current ordinance, but with more insight from the community.
Every single person in Tempe who wants to weigh on it, get a chance to weigh in on it.
We need to make sure that everyone feels safe, and I mean everyone, safe and welcome in Tempe's 50 neighborhood and community parks.
And Chase, I want to get back to why this meeting was virtual tonight, because that's also an important part of this story. It all ties back to a safety threat that prompted some changes for the Tempe City Council. What do you know about that?
Kyrene, that's right. In fact, outside the council chambers, you have these notices right here saying that council meeting will be held virtually. It was briefly discussed tonight by the deputy chief of police. What we do know at this time is that they received a credible threat through social media. So right before the last city council meeting where this ordinance was supposed to be discussed, police said, hey, we need to escort everyone out. We were told there was about 70 people there. Everyone was escorted out. That investigation is still ongoing. We still don't know exactly what that threat is, but we were told from the city that the meetings will be virtual for now. They are looking at increasing safety measures for City Hall and council meetings. So again, moving forward, city council meetings will be held virtually. We'll be sure to keep you updated on that specific situation as we learn more.
All right, Chase, thanks. 2 Phoenix police officers are recovering tonight after a shootout with a suspect this morning. Officers were serving a search warrant near 19th Avenue in Buckeye. Officers say the suspect started shooting as soon as they entered the home. One officer was shot and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The other was also injured, but it's unclear exactly how. The suspect was also shot and taken to the hospital. Tonight, the DPS Major Incident Division is investigating.
The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office says that it stopped a West Valley dog breeding operation and rescued more than 70 dogs today. Deputies say that the dogs were living at a home in Litchfield Park. They were found living in deplorable conditions. We're told that some of the animals were malnourished and dehydrated. MCSO says that this all started after they got a tip on Facebook. Detectives worked through the holiday weekend to get a search warrant.
They have a look on their face and they're abused because they've been sitting in crates probably for 2.5 years. They come out, they lick you, they want to run around, they want to play. And for an animal that's been abused for over 2.5 years that we know of, it shows the resolve of these animals, and it makes me feel good, it makes everybody feel good.
So at this time, no arrests have been made. Deputies are waiting for some of the lab work and the vet reports to come back. The dogs are not up for adoption just yet, but we do have some information on how you can help them right now. Just head over to 12news.com. Well, tonight, parents in the Kyrene School District showed up to a governing board meeting to express concerns over looming school closures.
The meeting comes days after a committee unveiled its plans to possibly close 9 schools. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono was there. She's live outside the district office tonight. And Bianca, this impacts a lot of kids and a lot of families. How did they choose the 9 schools that were selected?
Well, a demographer was asked to use data, things like proximity and boundaries, which is part of the reason why these parents are so upset. They say multiple A-plus rated schools would close under this plan and believe the district should be focusing on things like performance and academics instead. Parents and students protesting in Tempe in an effort to save their schools.
I am here to save 2 schools. One is our elementary school in Murata, and the other one is our middle school, Pueblo. All of my kids' schools are being proposed to close.
The Kyrene School District is considering closing 9 schools due to steady decreases in student enrollment, citing declining birth rates and limited affordable housing as 2 of the reasons why. These community members believe the wrong schools are on the chopping block.
I've been working at Murata since 2000, and this has been my home, away from home. And this community is one that you cannot replicate.
As chants and cheers erupted outside, the district's governing board met for a meeting inside.
We have a tough decision.
Dozens of parents shared concerns.
I can say our booth here 5 years ago was largely for Mariposa's A-plus ratings and computer science focus.
I just urge that you all pause and reconsider the current plan.
Families will leave. They will have to.
The district says its long-range planning committee tasked a demographer to come up with closure proposals that minimize boundary changes, advance equity, account for shared infrastructure dependencies, and transportation impacts. But parents say the metrics that matter, like performance and A-plus ratings, were not considered.
If the goal is truly preserve educational excellence, then the starting principle must be all A-plus schools remain open.
Make it make sense. I just want to scream that from the top of the roof. You can't just look at numbers from a demographer who has a viewpoint from 30,000 feet onto a flat map.
Board member Bunny Davis says the plan is not finalized, and the board will now be weighing the committee's proposal and the public's input to make a final decision.
It's not easy because we know how important it is and we all care about our kids.
And the board is set to officially present this closure proposal at the next meeting, which is 2 weeks from today. There will then be 6 regional hearings where the community can show up and weigh in. The final vote on this will be in December. We're live in Tempe tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
All right, Bianca, thanks. More dust and rain moved through parts of the valley tonight. Sky 12 was over the dust storm that mainly hit in the West Valley. But a short time later, a different dust storm hit the East Valley. And look at this. You can see how poor the visibility was on the 202. Let's get over to our weather impact forecast with meteorologist Lindsay Riley. And Lindsay, storm chances looks like are going to stick around all week.
Yeah, they sure are. In fact, they're going to go up. They will peak on Thursday and Friday. That'll be our 2 best chances to see some additional rain in the valley. Today, it was extremely active out toward Gila Bend and Ajo. That was at about 2-3 p.m. And then that line of storms just kind of weakened. That's what set off those areas of dust, which you just saw. But on the radar right now, you do see a little bit of green. This is not actually hitting the ground right now. So we are dry over the lower deserts. The clouds are sticking around. Where we are seeing some showers make it to the ground is between Show Low and Holbrook, and those storms are moving to the north and west. In terms of additional storm chances, we will have slight storm chances again tomorrow. In fact, most models are painting some storm activity over the lower deserts after sunset time tomorrow. Then our chances go up even more. Monsoon meter at a 5 on Thursday, a 4 on Friday, and some storm chances lingering into the weekend. Your hour-by-hour forecast just minutes away. Mark?
Linz, thanks. Tomorrow, the Maryville High School student who's accused of stabbing a classmate to death will make a court appearance. Last week, 16-year-old Chris Aguilar was indicted on a first-degree murder charge after officers say he killed 16-year-old Michael Montoya. 12 News will have a camera in the courtroom tomorrow. We'll have coverage of the arraignment throughout the day.
Also happening tomorrow, state lawmakers will meet with Arizona DCS leaders after 3 children were killed in high-profile murders. 14-year-old Emily Pike's remains were found earlier this year after she ran away from a group home. 16-year-old Zariah Dodd was killed in a park after she also left a group home. Police say that 36-year-old, the suspect, was the father of her unborn child. Now, most recently, 10-year-old Rebecca Baptiste was found dead after DCS received multiple reports of abuse. The committee will review state protocols and could eventually recommend changes. The meeting is closed to the public.
New at 10, a Florida family is searching for a Good Samaritan who lives here in Arizona, who helped save their daughter's life. Lexi Wisely says her 1-year-old daughter, Emily, started having a seizure while they were driving home yesterday on I-10 in Tallahassee, Florida. She immediately pulled over and called 911 while trying to flag down cars, hoping that someone would stop and help. An off-duty EMT from Arizona was in the right place at the right time and provided care until paramedics arrived.
This kind gentleman who was driving a white pickup truck and said he was an EMT or paramedic from Arizona stopped and completely kept me and my husband calm, talked us through the entire situation. He was so unbelievably kind, and my family, we refer to him as an absolute angel, and I want more than anything to find who he is and say thank you.
The family is now trying to get in touch with that Good Samaritan. As for Emily, who you just saw, she is now doing much better and is recovering at home.
Whatever she was eating looked so good.
It did.